What is up, everybody? Welcome to a Fane Studio Substack publication. This live is for pretty much any one of my subscribers, and I will be making some lives exclusive for any paid subscribers moving forward. I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys a little bit more about what a Fane is going to be doing because we're trying to move really fast, I should say, over here. We're bringing on a new podcaster. She looks like me. She's my twin sister. We'll be bringing her on soon to host her own podcast here on the publication. We're making some changes to one specific series, Texas Templar. I think we're going to just change the animation style. So we will be re releasing another pilot because we're just testing different styles, if you will, with that series. But it will only be exclusive content. It will not be made available for free. We will be sharing shorts and clips across the board. To our Substack notes, as well as to YouTube and Instagram, as well as some of the music videos and documentaries that we make over here at Afane. These will all be under at Afane exclusives. Some shows will get its own tab on the publication. But yeah, we're trying to change it up here. And we want to make things more exclusive because people who are already paying deserve that exclusivity. And we're going to refocus our attention on making sure that that audience does feel the gratitude from me since I'm the founder. And I want you guys to know that that special content, that exclusive content is just for you because you've paid for it. And that does mean we're going to be doing more lives. But again, specifically for the audience that are paid subscribers. And to those of you who have already paid the publication, thank you so much. We are starting to grow slowly but surely. As you know, the Founders Cut has is a new podcast. I won't say new, but we changed it from America First because I'm leaning more into being a creative commentator. And that means commenting on films and television series at the same time discussing the films and series that we're creating here because we are a studio. Now, for today's live, though, I have something I need to talk about because I'm sick and tired of what I'm seeing from these gurus on YouTube. If I see another person tell another person that you need to learn these skills to start your own business, I'm going to freak because the reason why I say that is why not a person learn the skills and then apply for the job? Okay. And I say that because I've learned the skills of creating an animated series, creating a documentary, podcast style, of course. Like, think Glenn Beck's Blaze Media, how he does podcasts, how he sits in the podcast format, but then he adds in the information. He has his chalkboards, or he'll do those overlays. And that's the kind of style we do when it comes to our documentaries here at Afane. Head over to the Afane exclusives and you'll see Zionism in America, or American Zionism documentary that we released. It's our first and only documentary right now. We are going to be releasing more of those down the line. A lot more stuff, I should say, but we're focusing in on selling services and things of that nature. Anyways, yes, we have created a business. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh no, why should I create one and not for you, and why not you?" If you don't want to, you don't. The reality is that you can learn the same skills that they're teaching in these communities on YouTube or on that school platform and apply for the job. I'm actually going to share with all of you my LinkedIn jobs board because I was like, well, why not just have the skills and then apply, right? So here's LinkedIn, right? So I am someone who has I call myself an AI multimedia producer. Why? Because I do in fact know how to create movies, animated series, animated music videos, documentary short films. And so I like to create, and I'm also a podcaster, right? So these are things that I know how to create using AI. And then you start looking, you start seeing how many jobs are out there for social media managers, for digital producers. Like, look at all of this, right? Lead content producer over at Go High Level, right? Short form video editor, YouTube and senior manager, custom content, manager, web content, social media manager again, videographer, content manager, digital media producer, video producer again, social media marketing manager, content creator. At what? Look at all these jobs in this space. And this is just on LinkedIn. Hell, even Walmart, entertainment team supervisor. Now, I'm located in the DFW, so this is obviously all in that area. But imagine if you actually learned how to do what I did, had dependable, repeatable workflow to create everything that I create, from music videos to documentary short to short animated series. I mean, those are things that I feel like people aren't understanding that they can create and go for. Yes, the businesses sometimes are looking for people with like bachelor degrees and stuff like that. And unfortunately, I'm waiting for the day where they realize, yo, no one cares about the damn bachelor's degree. No one cares about that stuff. They really don't. And because I'm one of those people that think that, where it's like, if AI can do half the things that a person with a bachelor's degree can do, then asking for that is ridiculous and it's outdated. I definitely say learn the skills, build a portfolio, create a LinkedIn, list yourself on platforms like Fiverr to try and get those jobs. But nonetheless, there's so many of them: executive producer, social media content creator manager, social media content creator for ADT, consultant. Maybe not that one. That's not really in content specifically. NEO Innovations, content creator, videographer at this company called Integrity, video content editor and creative media at Broadmoor House, content creator and social media strategist at Dreamcatchers Hair International. This is just from this one search. There's so much more if you filter it out correctly. Let's say I wanted to just type in, know, AI media creator, and let's see what comes up. And you'd be surprised how many of these jobs start to come up in this field. Right? Creative manager at Acadia Homes. Acadia makes me think troll hunters. Video editor, content review specialist, head of YouTube ads for this one company called Triple Speed, digital producer, social media strategist, creative producer at Nike Strength Dimension 6, right? Creative content specialist, marketing manager, senior creative specialist. I mean, and the list goes on and on. Here's one of my favorites: AI content marketing specialist, short form video. If you're someone who knows how to create, what are they called? These micro dramas, that's the perfect opportunity for you. A multimedia producer at Charleston Symphony. This, are opportunities across the country. And all it takes is for someone to just literally learn how to do the job. Social media producer video at Air Traffic. This is in San Diego. YouTube content strategist, marketing manager, social media content creator, content producer, shooter, editor, and gaming PC brand at Meta PCs. These are a plethora of opportunities that no one is talking about on platforms like YouTube. They're all trying to teach you to create your own business, upsell you into some, I don't know, school community where you're so dependent on them, where every month you're paying them anywhere between $9 a month to $99 a month. And for what? So they can earn monthly recurring revenue. I mean, no wonder they're talking about why they think school communities are Ponzi schemes, because why am I still dependent on you? Why? And that actually brings me to a form that I created. I want you guys to know that we are creating a service for you. Okay. We don't just, talk a good game here. Okay. We don't. We want to make sure that you learn the skills, that you create the same things that I know how to create, and then leverage that skill. Learn the system itself. We build it for you for your own content, because honestly, I do think the portfolio is going to become more important than the degree itself. So I do want to show you guys this form that I've created that I want you guys to complete if you're interested in the service. This is not a free service. All right. Now, I need to make that clear, because I'm not one of these people that are going to keep you dependent on me, but I got to make money too. So my job is to really look at the concepts you have in mind, look at the idea that you have in mind, and then create a series for you. well, not create it, but create the assets that are required for pre-production, right? Everybody seems to skip that. And you watch these videos. Oh my gosh, you watch all these videos and creating a video and or to make your own AI film or series, and you wonder why your character is not consistent. You wonder why your character's changing, the environment changed, the props changed, it doesn't have good camera movement. And then you look it up on YouTube and you find yourself 12 hours later watching the thing over and over again, trying to find, where am I going wrong? Where's the extra information? Oh, sign up for my paid school community. You don't get that here. Here, we actually deliver a service to you. You tell us what the series is about. We create the information for you, all the assets you need. So that way you can start running an actual operating system for your series. Because once you've learned how to do that and once you've mastered it for your own work, you officially are building out a portfolio that looks attractive to an employer. Because honestly, yes, I'm glad that I have my publication and Afane Studios exists and that we are a legit business. I'm so grateful for that. But I am female and I love the idea of job security as well. And the idea of being able to do what I love to do, which is to create stories for a brand, for a business, that's everything. And now that one doesn't have to spend $10,000, $20,000 to shoot a commercial, to shoot content, to not have to always be sitting in front of the camera, depending on if you're the person who wants to clone themselves or just to create generic stuff. Not necessarily generic, because I'm the kind of person that sees a brand and goes hunting for a story. Right. And so I think that it's going to be a big deal to build out your portfolio. But the first place to start with any series is with pre-production. And I think that's the best way to go. Because if you can show an employer or a future employer that you've created a series, whether you're posting it to TikTok, Instagram as a micro drama, or you are posting it to YouTube, or even you have your own Substack publication and you just want something more to post other than your writing and your podcasting, this is an option. But an employer or a potential sponsor, if you will, may love your work so much that you can actually say, hey, I'll do this for you for this price, or hire me full time and I will do the same thing for you. But you need to know how to do it yourself. And I'm not telling you to hop on into a paid community where you got to do it for months. I literally do the pre-production for you. So here it is, a Afane Series pre-production kit. I'm going to make the links available in a later post. Head over to, it won't be available today, I'll say. I'm releasing these actual links. We're launching the actual product today's Saturday, so next week. But here it is, a Afane Series pre-production kit. It is $99. This is not free. But here you will provide me all the generic information that I need to know in order to build out your story. And so that way your system is operating appropriately. Okay, because I literally made sure that for my own work, this is how I was able to do the Calvary and do shows like Texas Templar, which is being reworked. Of course, the animation style is changing. But I have this repeatable workflow. And I can literally help you have that same system. But to do that, I need your information. So you're going to literally fill out this creative intake form that I have here for you. And once you provide me your contact information and your name, you're going to give me your series title. And if you don't have a final one, you can give me a working title. But understand, when all of this content gets created, it will have that title in it. So when you do fill this out, make sure your so-called working title is one that you're willing to stick with. Because if you want us to make some edits, then you will have to contact me, and that will probably be a later service. I haven't gone that far with this product or this service I'm willing to provide. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there, of course. A genre, sci-fi, comedy, action, Western, combo of two or three, you list it. But then I need you to describe your series idea. Like, what is the show about? What do you see in your head? What is the idea? And you describe it in your own words. I also need the animation style or visual style that you want. And I'm one of those people that like combinations. I don't just do, I want 100% photorealism. I want 100%, stylized 3D. I'm one of those people that say, no, I want 65% claymation and 35% DC animated universe. I mean, that's me. I like combos. But I do list example of animation styles here, so you can literally put in combos in this text box, and we will take all of that into account. The next question is going to be describe the overall visual mood and cinematography that you want. And then you're going to get down to the nitty gritty. You're going to start naming the characters. You obviously need one character. So the first character is obviously required. Now, if this is just one of those series where it's just a one person tells all kind of a thing, then obviously you only need the one character. Enter the name, character description, props, and wardrobe descriptions. If you have more characters, you can list them. I only do up to 3 characters. And the reason why I do that is because you don't just get series Bibles from me. I actually give you character sheets for each character. You get them from multiple angles. You get facial expressions. You get their props and different wardrobe options. You get hand gestures. These are the things that we take into consideration. So be as detailed as possible when you're describing your character description, their wardrobe, and their props. Right? Again, 3 characters max. And then I want you to provide me some information to say what props are not connected to specific characters. You can skip that question. It is not required. You can answer it if you want to. I use it for my own work, but it's not required. Then we're getting into environments. You can have up to 3. You have to provide me the name of the environment, case in point, John Doe's house. And then describe the house. Describe what the inside looks like. Describe what the outside looks like. How many bedrooms are there? How many, how is it a large kitchen? Does the inside look luxurious? Does the exterior look like a Spanish villa? Does it look like a log cabin? Is it just, describe it. You have up to 3 environments. So make sure that you give me the name and a detailed description in each box for each environment. Because again, we create environment sheets for you for every environment that you list here. And I'm just going to ask you if there's anything else you think I should know about this series. So I would say scroll back up and review what you wrote already about your idea. And if there's anything else that you feel like was missing, you can type it in here. If you're someone who's already created the characters inside of ChatGPT, maybe you already have, a pilot written somewhere. Maybe you've already done an episode already, make sure you have the transcript for it and upload the transcript and upload it right here where it says upload reference images. I want you to mark off yes or no if you do or if you don't. Yes. If you mark yes, you have to upload. If you mark no, you can skip all over that. I do like to know, what of the references, if you do have them, what you uploaded, which ones are final and which ones was just inspiration. I also want to know if there's anything you're not really attached to. Are we able to change things? Or if we're allowed to have, true creative control, but really describe what you're really trying to see. What are you attached to and what aren't you? And then I want to know what kind of design elements and specific things and visual details. For example, let's say you were inspired by, let's say you're making a Western and you're inspired by Yellowstone and the Madison, but you don't like how dark Yellowstone is. You prefer it to be more hopeful, like the Madison. That's something that you would put in there. And then you're just going to go ahead and go through the required acknowledgments and you're going to click submit my series to Afane. This is a full, thorough, creative intake form. The reason why I'm giving this to you guys is so that way I have everything that I need to provide you all of the things that you require. The series Bible, the character Bibles, the environment Bibles, visual storytelling, and cinematography Bible. Everything that you need to character sheets and environment sheets for each character and environment. You're going to walk away with the full kit for pre-production. And I also provide you a series operating system prompt. I will explain that later when we're actually launching the product and we're doing another live specifically on Substack. This product is going to launch amongst the paid community first. And then we're going to make it available to anyone because the paid community, I'm thinking about giving a discount to because you're already paying here at Substack and I'm grateful. But there's a reason for why I'm doing it this way and not saying, hey, join my school community. I don't want people to think that they need to create a business and I don't want people to be dependent on me all the time, every month. I don't like that model. I really don't. I don't like that businesses or people on YouTube are saying to join their school community and then you're not really ready to just be independent from them. There are tons of jobs out there in this space where they want AI creators. They want that. And if they're going to hire people like you and me, then you have to have a portfolio. You have to make sure you're creating content, and I can provide you your startup tools, your startup workflow for you to start building your own portfolio and then applying for those jobs because you know how to do it. You know how to create it. And again, you're not going to be dependent on me because once you have this system, you're ready to go for your own series. Again, this service is going to be $99. You just complete an intake form, you submit it, and in 48 hours, you will receive all of the documents that you require to build out a full series operating system, most likely in ChatGPT. This only works for people who have a ChatGPT Plus. I'm not saying it can't work in Claude. I just personally like ChatGPT because it has the Imagine tool already connected, and I don't have to worry about spending credits inside of Higgsfield. But I just felt like it was time for someone on YouTube and on Substack, someone to say that no, there are jobs out there who are looking for creatives, people who create content. And there's so many of us here on Substack and so many of us here on YouTube that are like, well, I could do that. But are they looking for someone with the bachelor's degree? And I will tell you one advice that I did get from a family member. Don't get intimidated by the title. Don't get intimidated by the so-called bachelor's degree requirement. Apply anyway. Apply anyway because you're the person who has the portfolio, where the person with the bachelor's degree doesn't. You're the person who's worked in the workforce already, most likely. If you're watching this channel, you're the person who's worked in the workforce for almost a decade, if not longer. But now you have this skill set and this portfolio. You can list yourself on Fiverr and promote what you do, promote your skill set. Promote it on Facebook, promote it on Instagram, saying, looking for employment. This is my portfolio. This is what I can do. Don't get shy. I mean, we're headed into a world where AI can do literally almost anything that requires a computer and a good internet connection. And the only thing really that us humans can do is tell a good story. We're the ones who can find humanity in anything. So I do think it's time that someone talked about it personally. But that is my time. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Saturday. I had to let that out. I could not say it any longer. I want other people to know that, yeah, it's okay if you're just the person who wants job security, but it is important that you start building out your AI skills. And a lot of the jobs out there that I'm seeing specifically on LinkedIn, on places like ZipRecruiter and Indeed, they're looking for people who know how to use AI to create content. And if you can become a multimedia producer and know how to leverage AI, I mean, you're going to be unstoppable. And don't be afraid about not having a bachelor's degree because I don't. I don't. And yet I'm applying everywhere. I'm letting everyone know that I got that I can do all these services. Everyone will know that Asia Branch is an AI multimedia producer. Here is the content that I've created, from 10 to 15-second shorts if you check out my Instagram, to a full-blown animated series if you check out the Substack publication. I think it's okay if that's the person you want to be, the person who just wants job security. It just means someone's got to tell you the steps. Now, I can't tell you now that I have the employment because I don't. What I can tell you is that I have the portfolio and I've applied to the jobs. I'll let you know how it works out. If I get hired permanently somewhere, awesome. If not, I have Fane Studios. And maybe that's the benefit to these gurus. But I'm not the person that's going to keep paying a subscription every single month to be trickled the information. I know what I'm doing with AI multimedia production. You want to learn how to do it. You want to start doing it. When we launch this product, this service, jump on it. Jump on it because honestly, everyone can create their own story. You can sell this as a service to other people. Once you know how to do it for yourself, you can go to businesses that need storytelling. People who don't have a YouTube channel, businesses and brands that don't have one, why not? Go for it. Show them you can do because you would have learned how to. But that is my time. Again, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Saturday. God bless you all. I hope you like this live. I do intend to do more of these. We're going to do one that's specifically for the paid subscribers. That one is really, you guys are going to watch me find a business, find a brand, find the story in it, and go through the entire pre-production phase into the production phase. I intend to do that to show the paid subscribers everything that I do for my own stuff, from my own series to what I've been doing for other brands that I've actually worked with, from cigar lounges to startup non-for-profit. So I intend to share that with only the paid members of the Substack publication. If you're not a paying Substack to our Substack publication, check out the little sneak peeks that we make available on our notes. And if you're interested, go head over and pay the 15. But again, that is my time. God bless you all. And until next time.